Hello, hello. Chloe Riley here with Supermarket News, and we are at the beautiful headquarters of employee-owned Hy-Vee here in Des Moines, Iowa. We're talking with Hy-Vee CEO Jeremy Gosh about what makes Hy-Vee our 2023 Retailer of the Year. Jeremy, thanks for sitting down with us today.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for having me.
Great, beautiful space.
Thank you, and thanks for selecting us. That's a great honor.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like I feel like we should dive in with the healthcare sector because you guys just have so much going on. Hy-Vee Healthcare LLC, which I think was also kind of recently created, encompasses, we've got Vivid Clear RX, Redbox RX, and you've got some new regional pharmacy fulfillment centers as well. Just how has this been going, and kind of what are some of the challenges and opportunities, playing in the same space as like a Walgreens or a CVS?
Yeah. Well, I mean, our strategy around healthcare is really focused on the customer and really being the destination for the customer for their whole health and well-being. So everything you see us doing with Hy-Vee Healthcare LLC is putting all of those energies underneath one umbrella for the most part. So if you kind of the things you rattled off, I mean, with Vivid Clear is our PBM that's very transparent, unlike any other PBM. I mean, we don't hold rebates, we pass them through, and we charge a per member per life cost to anybody that's working with our PBM. So it's very different, very transparent compared to what you have out there today for PBMs, but we feel is the right model going forward. So that's part of the structure as you look at those companies. And Redbox RX is really our digital pharmacy. I mean, we can fulfill a pharmacy anywhere in our 50 states through our, you really get on Redbox RX and you see a doc, and we take care of a variety of health concerns. I mean, mental health, ED, all of the things that you see a lot of times through these online, that's what we're really doing there. So it's been fantastic for us. And then if you think about what we're getting into and what we're working on, we just opened an infusion clinic this year. So we're doing infusion here in West Des Moines. We've got a partnership, and that's under Hy-Vee Healthcare LLC as well. We'll have a couple more coming in this year across the country. We have Chicago as well as Buffalo we're working on. That'll have infusion clinics. So that's part of Hy-Vee Healthcare LLC. And then as you look at really holistically, we're really working hard with our dietitians to really think about how we use all of our resources to really help the customer live a better, more healthy life. I mean, it's about having a pharmacy and it's about having, a lot of the avenues that are traditional healthcare, but it's also about food as medicine. And that's the opportunity that we have, versus CVS versus Walgreens, where we've got dietitian services that we've obviously had for years and years and years, and Randy was really instrumental in really pushing and launching the dietitians like you see today in Hy-Vee. And really through our virtual dietitian services and virtual health services, we're able to really help our customers live a healthier life, make choices that is going to change aspects of their health long term by really looking at what they eat and how they live their life every day. So it's more than just being about a prescription medication or an infusion or going to a doctor. It's more about managing your health every day using the resources that we have available to the consumer every day.
Absolutely. And that subscription service, Healthy You, right, just launched in May.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And what are the opportunities, for grocery, like in terms of subscription? Are you already seeing interest? Kind of what does that look like, and what's the ROI on something like that?
Yeah, I mean, our dietitians really, through the pandemic, when people were cooking at home, I mean, that's really where we saw an uptick, especially in the virtual space for dietitians, because people were at home wanting to really know and understand how to cook and how to make foods, especially foods that were healthier for their family. A lot of people hadn't really had to cook before. I mean, as you know, I mean, the restaurant industry and food away from home had taken out food at home prior to COVID and has done it again, by the way. But, that's really where we took advantage of having these resources to help people be able to not only cook a meal at home for their family, but a meal that was very simple, affordable, and healthy for their family, which that's really what that's all based off of, is how we have access to dietitian services to really help people learn how to cook a healthy meal at an affordable price. And that's what they're doing. So we're seeing very good success there, and we'll continue to grow that moving forward.
That's great, wonderful. Healthcare, is that the biggest opportunity for growth right now for Hy-Vee, or is it a different sector?
Well, yeah, I mean, pharmacy is our largest department. So, I mean, if you think about that, as we're viewed as a food company, but our largest department is pharmacy. So healthcare plays a massive, massive role in Hy-Vee, and I think we're just scratching the surface of what we're going to be doing, I mean, with healthcare moving forward. I mean, obviously that's why we formed Hy-Vee Healthcare LLC. So when you think about primary care and holistic health and everything that people are doing to really help manage their health long term, it's a massive opportunity for Hy-Vee, and by by far a great opportunity for us to be able to move forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. I want to pivot over to, dollar stores, very well positioned right now, to increase their share of sort of total U.S. grocery sales. How does Hy-Vee's Dollar Fresh market fit in that space? Are you seeing success and demand, for this concept, and which regions, are you seeing this concept work well in right now? Yeah,
we've continued to grow our Dollar Fresh brand, and it has, a lot of different areas of opportunity, really. So Dollar Fresh for us is our opportunity to get into towns where we can't get a Hy-Vee into. So it's smaller communities that are in need of access to fresh food, and frankly at an affordable price. And that's where you see it, being Dollar Fresh market. Because it is a low price alternative, but it also is a fresh market. So, we're able to go into communities with a different store format, smaller store, and be able to give them access to food and fresh food in areas that we otherwise couldn't, or they may not have access today. So that's a piece of it. It's also a piece in food deserts, in major metro areas and cities, that we're able to enter into space that doesn't either have room or have access, again, to fresh food in a metro area that could be a food desert, and be able to open a store. So we've continued to grow and expand Dollar Fresh. We'll continue to grow and expand Dollar Fresh where we see fit. We're looking at a lot of existing buildings. We're able to go in and retrofit pretty quickly and get them opened up. But it's been a good growth model for us and a good opportunity for us to really, again, get into these communities that are underserved and be able to give them opportunities to get access to fresh food and again, it's a Dollar Fresh, so it's a very affordable price. It's a very lean structure, very low labor, but also very able to succeed in those areas. So
great. I want to switch over to the Hy-Vee Plus membership. Are you seeing growth, in those memberships? What's the strategy sort of with the Plus model moving forward? If you could talk
we actually just had a meeting on this morning. So we're continuing to work on Hy-Vee Plus and really offering more advantages to our consumers, more perks to our consumers. And that's what they're looking for. Everybody's looking for right now deals, and they're being driven by deals. So for us, with our e-commerce platform, H Plus plays in well there as well, with free delivery and some opportunities that we have for our digital customer. But for us, we see this as a viable growth engine moving forward. We see this as a play, obviously, for loyalty for customers that are very loyal to us. Obviously, we have ability to communicate with them directly. Much easier. They're much more devoted to our brand. So we'll continue to fight to grow H Plus and continue to bring more perks to the marketplace and more advantages for those folks that want to sign up for our H Plus membership.
Great. Just your general growth strategy in 2024. What regions are you eyeing? Why?
Well, we've announced already. We're working on the Southeast, so you'll see us break ground in 2024 in the Southeast. We've got locations announced in Indianapolis. We've got locations announced in Nashville. So you'll see us, act on those intentions in 2024, at least to get started with construction. You're also going to see us with a big play in wall-to-wall. So we're seeing good success with wall-to-wall wine and spirits. Right. So we will be looking at locations there where we can get those moved, get those opened up. So they'll be a big part of our growth strategy as we move into 24. And then frankly, as we talked about earlier, even as you look at our healthcare strategy as part of our growth strategy for 24. That's going to play a big role in our strategy for 24 with our infusion clinics and using, Amber Specialty Pharmacy and some of the avenues we have there for growth. You'll see us really have opportunities in the healthcare piece of our business for growth in 24 as well. And then, as always, we're always looking for opportunities with Fast and Fresh. We had a big growth year last year with Fast and Fresh, and we'll continue to see where those fit in and continue to build those where we find opportunity available to us. We've seen great success with Fast and Fresh as well, which is our convenience store model.
That's great. And I was going to just ask about that. Are all those converted now? All the kind of C-store into the Fast and Fresh?
Yeah, we've got almost 190 Fast and Fresh locations now. So we converted our Hy-Vee Gas, which was a snappy, trendy name, Hy-Vee Gas. So we do have all those converted over to Fast and Fresh.
It did have Hy-Vee in there.
It did, it did. But it didn't reflect who we were. And I think some of it was, too, as part of the rebranding. It was also taking about who we wanted to be and making that into who we were going to be moving forward as well. And not only in name, but in what we carried and in variety. So we've opened 87 Market Grill Expresses inside of those Fast and Freshes, and we've got 100 more we want to get done, because we think really the key is really fresh food made to order inside of our Fast and Freshes long term. So we've got half of them roughly done with fresh food being made to order inside of them, and we'll get the other half done as we work through the next year and continue that. But we also, obviously, as we converted those stores, drove fresh food, commissary meals to go, all those things into those fast and fresh locations, which has been very advantageous for us.
Jeremy, it's like you're in my questions. I was literally going to ask you about prepared foods, meal solutions.
Oh, sure.
How have you been growing in that area?
Yeah, meal
Tell us
solutions.
more.
Yeah, as you know, we've opened a commissary that makes meal solutions fresh. So that's been a fantastic growth area for us, and we continue to add space. I mean, we went through our food stores and added space for mealtime. Is our brand for our food service meals to go, and it's been very good. I mean, again, customers are looking for not only easy, quick meals, but they're also looking for nutritious meals, which we're able to do with a variety of lines of food and product where you have protein and side dishes that are made fresh and sent to the stores that they're able to obviously sell direct to consumers. So it's been fantastic, and it's been a good avenue for us. I see growth going to continue there.
That's great. Staying in the same line of this idea of food, food service at retail, Hy-Vee, I feel like a leader in this section. You guys have the food halls, the partnership with Wahlburgers. What's new for the company in food service, or what's on the horizon? But it just feels like you guys are kind of masters in this space.
Yeah, we'll continue to. I mean, we've done a really nice job in developing the concepts that we have in our food halls. So, Wahlburgers, we have a strategy where we're going to continue to convert. Where we see fit, Market Grills will convert to Wahlburgers where it makes sense for us. We've got 23 more we're going to get done before the end of this calendar year that'll move over. So that's good for us. And then you're going to see us continue to work on, Mia Italian is another concept where we're doing Neapolitan pizza done in 4 minutes, cooked in a 700-degree oven. So we're continuing to look at that model and expand out, because obviously pizza and Italian is a good destination point. And then, Hy-Chi just continues to dominate. We've been in the top 100 Chinese restaurants in America for the last, I don't know, Randy and I were talking about it this last weekend, for as long as we can remember. And we just do a fantastic job there with real, fresh, authentic, food in our Hy-Chi department. So they'll continue to be a growth model for us and an avenue for us to continue to grow moving forward. But I think with what we have with a lot of made-to-order food, which is where the customer's really been going, where they're going, we've continued with Hy-Chi, with Mia Italian, with Market Grill, with Wahlburgers. All of those are really customizable, made-to-order, fresh food that customers can get in minutes at an affordable price. So that's really the plan as we continue to drive forward with food service.
Sure. So I'm hearing it's the quality, it's the fresh, and it's sort of the fast, right? Like the convenience and the speed.
Well, and customizable. I mean, customers really want what they want, and then so they're able to do that. It's not just something sitting in a hot case that they're able to do. And we still have an avenue of our Market Grill in all of our stores that we're selling our fried chicken, we're selling our chicken strips that are, made fresh and breaded in store every single day. I mean, so everything we do in our food hall really begins with quality. I mean, we're going to find the best breakfast in America, and that's what we've done. I mean, we've got the best ingredients, best breakfast we could find. We traveled all over to what we consider some of the top restaurant chains in America that do breakfast, and that's how we developed our breakfast menu. So not only are we, rolling out Wahlburgers, we still have in every one of our stores the best breakfast in America. We've got the best hand-breaded chicken tenders we can find, and made in-store, fresh, hand-breaded every single day. So those are things that we will continue to do. I mean, those are things we've built into our system and our structure, and I think those are the things that will continue to see us through, because you think about the growth of breakfast, and you go to our stores, and it is the best quality anywhere. And that's where, we've really hung our hat. I mean, we are the best at fresh.
That's great. Wonderful. I was going to, just on Wahlburgers real quick, I know Hy-Vee announced in January, it wouldn't no longer open any freestanding Wahlburgers, just Wahlburgers in store. Can you tell me about that pivot? What changed and what was learned there?
Well, I mean, for us, and if you look at even the Wahlburgers model, they're going to a smaller kind of order at the counter format, because again, it goes back to the, really the speed and able to service the customer, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we found. I mean, we've got great foot traffic through our stores, and the convenience of having the store with Wahlburgers in it just makes complete sense versus running a freestanding restaurant. So it just, the synergies there were perfect. So for us, it was like, well, we didn't need the freestanding restaurant to make the Wahlburgers work in the store. And I think when we started, we thought that's what you'd have to have. You really needed a freestanding anchor store, so that way it would work as you got into the store, so people would understand the brand and get it. But I think they get and understand the brand. We don't need the freestanding store to do that. So that was kind of the shift in strategy a little bit, because it's like, well, we can take this right into our stores and frankly have the same or better successes than trying to do both. So.
Okay, great, makes sense. I want to flip over to retail media, Hy-Vee's retail media strategy. HSTV, shoppable media. I believe you guys first launched your digital media network in 2021. Does that sound right?
Yeah, started on it.
Okay.
Yep.
And so how's this been going? What's next on the horizon? What are the opportunities there?
It's going well. I mean, for us, we're out right now working on different avenues of red media. I mean, red media is anything. And frankly, we've had red media for years beyond 2021. We really just carved it out and named it. But, we've been working with companies and assets and in the way that we partner for a number of years. And I think you're going to see us continue to, shift and evolve on how and what red media really is. I mean, for us, and the thing that we look at is you've got millions of customers coming through your doors every single week. And you have an opportunity to reach those customers as easy as anywhere right now. And I think that's the whole point of retail media. We've got a captive audience. It's just how do we take advantage of that for our supplier partners and help them market their product in our stores. So for us, it's about digital, and it's about online, and it's about e-commerce, and it's about our own sites. It's about other people's websites and the ability to sell across to those and drive traffic to our stores. But it's also about our in-store assets. And I think it's really that multi-faceted approach that's going to be really what's going to help us long term. And I think the thing that we really pride ourselves on is when we have an idea, we do it way better than anybody else. When we have something we want to execute or we want to get out, we do it way better than anybody else. So as we commit to a partner and they're working with us on launching a new item or doing a promotion, they know that if they come to us, it's going to be over the top. Every store is going to execute. The displays are going to be massive. It's going to be cool. We're going to have everything that goes with it to really execute their promotion. And I think that's the whole point of red media, is really figuring out how we help our CPG partners succeed and grow and have an ROI for all that they want to spend with us.
That's great. So it's really kind of that almost like an omni-channel approach,
for sure,
within retail media.
It's an omni-channel approach with even retail media, but it's also an omni-channel approach with the ability to have an ROI for all of our partners. Because if we don't have an ROI for them, we're not going to succeed anyway as a retail media company. So it's really finding a way that we can garner their dollars to be very successful for them and be a better spend than any place else they can find. And that's our mission.
That's great. I want to switch over to randomly candy, but candy's been hot this whole past year. And I know Hy-Vee has capitalized on this. You guys added 38 new in-store candy shops just in 2022. Talk about this strategy, just about other trends you're seeing in this space.
Yeah, well, candy's the largest category in GM, right? I mean, so if you're winning in candy, you're going to win in general merchandise for the most part. So, we've really gone all in on candy and continuing to grow the candy departments. And what we're trying to do, to be honest, is you've got a destination in fresh. We always have between produce and the meat department. All we do with the food hall, as you talked about, with our bakeries. I mean, we feel like we've got really good destination points in there, but then food service is kind of just a desert in the middle. So what we've really tried to do, and frankly under Randy's challenge to us, was how do you find ways you can get people to come down the aisles, finding points of interest. So as you look at, one of the best avenues to do that is really with general merchandise. So you think about housewares. We've added housewares departments, especially in our new stores. They've become very large. So you've got housewares, you've got a candy shop, you've got gifting, you've got seasonal. So it's all of these avenues to really create interest inside of kind of the middle desert that people want to go down. That's, again, to your point, candy's one that's very impulsive, but if you can get a lot of color and show and things inside of those areas that we're able to get them into the center store, that helps us continue to win the battle with center store as well. So that's really what it's all about. So candy's just one for us that's highly impulsive and makes a really cool space inside of that kind of deserted area that makes people want to go down the aisle and check it out. And that's how we've kind of hung our hat with candy.
Great. Nice to look at, nice to eat.
For sure.
So what's there not to
Highly
like,
consumable.
really?
Yeah, you bet.
Delicious.
You bet.
I want to say, Jeremy, I mean, we're sitting here, it's 2023. What are the biggest opportunities and challenges, just facing this whole industry at this point in time?
Well, we've gotten through, I mean, for us, the supply chain challenges that we've had, a little bit. Right now, it's really food prices and inflation. I mean, I think you're seeing the customer that's really, pinched a little bit paycheck to paycheck. And for us, it's all about finding the reason and need to exist and finding how we get, value to our customers every single day and how we make them choose us over, anybody else that's much larger than us, whether it's Walmart, you mentioned it already, Walgreens, CVS. So we're finding areas and ways that we can take care of our customers and really link them to us through, experience and service and all the things that we do, quality, value. I mean, I think those are the things that we'll continue to work on. And I think the biggest player right now is really that value play. I mean, you mentioned dollar stores, and that's a challenge right now as they pop up because the consumer is really looking for value. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. So that's what we're working very hard on, is how do we really get value? And it's not only about price, it's about value. I mean, what creates value for the consumer? So I think that's one of the things that we're working very hard on right now, to figure out what that value equation is for our consumer of today.
That's great. One final question, just you're newly in the shoes of CEO.
Yeah.
What are your hopes and what's your vision for the Hy-Vee of, the future?
Well, I mean, Hy-Vee's a 95-year-old company. I mean, so, for me, I'm honored to have the opportunity to lead the organization. But frankly, we've got a lot of fantastic people in all the areas of the company. So for us, I mean, we are just striving to do what we do. And that's, frankly, take care of our customers and our employees, be the best place to work in America and be the best place to shop in America. And we're going to continue to fight that fight. We're going to continue to focus on quality, focus on value, focus on purpose. I mean, we're a company of great purpose. And, we donated $55 million plus back to the communities we served just last year. We've got our disaster recovery fleet right now. So really, being a company of purpose will continue to be what we do. So I don't see us, doing some great shift. I mean, I think we're going to continue to do what we do very well, and it's really falling underneath those pillars. So we'll continue to drive forward, take great care of our people, and take great care of our customers, as we have for 95 years.
Wonderful. Well, we are excited to watch you execute on that purpose.
Well, thank you.
And congrats again on 2023 Retailer of the Year.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for
being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate the honor. Thanks for being here.
Wonderful.